Hey y'all.
How's everybody doing?
Well, I hope you're doing great. I am going to finish makeup and talk to you about some new products that I just got in the mail. I don't know if y'all can see who it is, but it's ByTerry. ByTerry is very expensive makeup. I'm expecting a lot. How are you doing? Delicious, I'm sure. Well, I will be beginning. I've already put on my serum, and now I'm going to be putting on my oil of Olay 7-in-1. And remember, I told you guys I wouldn't be using this little one anymore, so that I could take it on trips with me, and I keep forgetting to go buy one. So I got to get one on the way home today for sure. Because I do like this, y'all. I like this enough to replace my Chanel Le Lift Cream Riche, and that's a lot because I've been using that for years. I'm just always looking for something that's not so expensive that still feels good under makeup, meaning it's not going to feel sweaty or wet underneath my makeup, that it's going to absorb into my skin, because that's the point, and then it's going to do the job. So in a week, if I come back and you can't recognize me because I look like I'm 20, well, no, it works good. It works real good. All right. Perfection Lumiere Velvet. Remember I told y'all, this is color number 22, Beige Rose. Remember I told y'all that I was going to get on the auto renewal program for this product and for my lip product, my Soft Rose. Because I really do use those two up. And so I would like to get on a monthly program, and if it ends up giving me a few backups, these two. If it ends up giving me a few backups, that's okay, because I would love to have backups of these. So, what am I doing? I'm putting on my foundation. So I usually just do a little circle like that, right in the center of this It Cosmetics 301 foundation brush. Where's my little mirror? We'll use my little mirror today. And I've got on lipstick, so this should be tricky. I went ahead and put on my lip product. I always just start from the nose and go out, kind of double hit the area right there where my age spot is so bad, and then come down a little stick, you see? And then I'll go by my nose, and then on my nose, and then by my nose again. Make sure you get the end in the little, where the little hole is. Now I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to swirl this whole area. Blend out those lines. Got to go back over the nose and back over the edge of the nose. And then with what's left over, I just swirl out the forehead. I don't like a lot of makeup on my forehead. I literally am kind of just attaching the color at that point. And then with what's left over, I just go down. And sometimes I'll stamp this out, because the cool thing about this makeup is, as it dries, it turns, I feel, it turns to powder. And so it makes a nice matte finish, and it just feels good. And it's a perfect color match for me. Therefore, I am done. I'm just always shaking off any extra poo-poo. Don't want poo-poo on your brushes. And then I put my little snap top back on, and I'm done. Now, what we're going to do, this is the Sun Designer Palette Summer Edition by Terry. So let's get it out of here. I don't know if I'll use both of these today, because what I'd like to show you from a face palette is often there's colors in it that you could use for eyeshadow. This comes in a nice pretty purple velvet by ByTerry. That's one of the marks of a really high-end makeup, and the reason is the person who has this doesn't want scratches on this. First of all, I would never carry expensive makeup in my handbag, because it's going to get whopped around and it will get crackled up. I have so many incredible verbs and adjectives that are not in a book anywhere. Okay, so here's the product. And yes, I see we could do the eyes. This is a bronzer and a blush, y'all. It's pretty little gold things through it. But really, we could use colors in this to do the eyes. as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that first. So I am going to take my E55 shader. Y'all, I need to wash my brushes. Okay, so I'm going to go in this top right corner, which has what I would think is a highlighter. Well, what do you put on your face by highlighter? Here goes. It may not be. I'm going to put it right below the brow just in case. Oh, I'm glad I did, because it's not. It's beige colored. Okay, so no, you would need another palette. If you do highlighters. I do highlighters, so. But, it's good to know you could use this as a transition color, so I did not mean to do that. So let's get my E50 fluffy brush. Make sure there's no excess on that. And this would be a good transition color is what we're finding out. Lots and lots of fallout. For a product this expensive, I would not have expected that, y'all. But this is a great transition color, as you can see. Just transition color is exactly what the name is. It is a color that you can put between the brow and the lid to transition whatever those, you know, the colors that you're going to be doing. It just lays down powder. My scar right there never takes enough powder. It's weird. It's like the skin's different. Anyway. Alright, so now I'm going to choose this darkest brown. I don't think it's going to be dark enough. So I would say this is truly a face palette, and it's not dark enough to be. And it's not reacting well at all to these brushes. Okay, so let's go in the crease and just see if that's going to be a happy enough color. Sorry about that. I kind of feel like it's on the sandy side. This is kind of like a golden summer look, which is what it's supposed to be. But that's not what I want for my eyes, to be honest. I always like a highlight, and I always like a dark color in the crease so I can make an outer V out of it. Actually, the more I'm applying this this darker color, this is the bronzer color, y'all. The darkest bronzer color. Gosh, it's like brown. Look at the fallout. This is a very expensive product. I've got a good mind to send it back. That's a lot of fallout, you guys, for a very expensive palette like this. And I don't feel like the color payoff was that good over here. Let's try it again. But I shouldn't have to try again. But sometimes it's just your skin, you know, it won't take. Like this scar just doesn't take. It doesn't want to. It's not going to. You can't make it. Okay. I would say this is pure bronzer and blush territory only, y'all. So I'm going to swirl this with the bronzer brush and let's see how it does. Look at all that fallout. Horrible fallout. Let's see how the color does. Is there something good to expect out of this incredibly expensive palette? That's a very nice bronzer. So yes. Not getting the right angle. There we go. Could be my skin, but it looks like it's just really having a hard time adhering. And y'all know I have dry skin, but I just put on a matte foundation, so it shouldn't even matter. As a bronzer, this seems to be picking up really well. Okay, so this is intended to be a bronzer, and so that's the job of it. I feel like that did pretty good, actually, as a bronzer. How does it do as a blush? Because that's its other function. I can't get over how much fallout, though, y'all. Alright, so I'm going to swirl it around because I think that's what you're supposed to do to get all the color. Look at that. What a mess. What a mess. Just terrible. Alright, so I'm going to come down lightly. I'm going to come down lightly. I'm going to swirl a little. I'm going to come on the bridge of the nose, top of the chin, put down a good bit of color when I first did, so maybe I'm getting too much product is the problem. I'm going to swirl it around over here and swirl it around there. Wow. Okay, so that's a little too much. Yeah, I'm going to tone that down. It's a good color for the summer. I need to get a different color foundation for the summer. But I don't have a tan, so it's working just fine. But yeah, I need to knock off some of this color. That will work. That will work. That'll work. It's a little too much. Now, though, I'm blending those two colors together a lot, so the differentiation between blush and, that's terrible, between blush and bronzer is not going to be very good. That's okay. I'm going to get this shadow thing going here. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think it's a terrible product. It was very expensive. I think I'm sending it back. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be part of my collection to teach me a lesson. What do y'all think? For that much money, I'm feeling kind of ticked. You would expect better from ByTerry. I'm not giving this a good review. ByTerry, you'll never sponsor me, I'm sure. And YouTube may not even let me put their name, because I've noticed that if you don't, if I said something in a Walgreens haul, and the thing is I didn't say anything against Walgreens that says does not represent them well. Sorry. I thought we're allowed to be honest, but anyway, so it said it couldn't be monetized. I guess because that's the advertiser. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Alright, so here's the eye palette. And I'm going to do it next. And that's what it looks like. I'll let it focus there for a second. And it looks like we're going to be going into video number 2. So I'll really have to